We should be live. Are we live? It's been a while. Let's just see. Put it in the comments if you can hear us. If the signal's good, it should all be good where we are. We've got good internet, and yeah, we're here. We're back in the UK, and we have nearly.
That was rubbish.
That was rubbish. Can you believe we've actually nearly done it? The finish line is nearly there.
Nope.
Nearly there. Unbelievable. So we're super excited. I've got a bottle of Prosecco to pop during the live chat. We're going to have a little drink with everybody to celebrate the fact we're nearly over the finish line.
We are. And it's somebody very special's birthday.
It is. So. I think we should all start with wishing Marianne a very happy birthday. Because I won't say your age.
I am 57 and I'm really delighted to be 57 because the alternative is never great. So 57 in the house.
But I think it's been like 9 months since we've done a live chat. So I hope it's all working all right. Let's just see. Let us know where you're dialing in from, and we'll jump into the comments here. I can see
Kristen there from Ohio, and there's so many.
Mr. and Mrs. P from Deb Seattle. And Terry, Mr. and Mrs. P, City Tours, Jonathan and Louis. We got Richard from South Africa, Cape Town. Greetings to you. Emrin. Well, it's going super fast.
Yes.
Look. Hi
Oslo.
from Malaysia. We got Malaysia, Scotland. We got some local people as well.
Illinois. Wow, Minnesota. Wow, that's going. Harwich.
It's going to make my O's go dizzily.
Torch Lake. MI. Is that Michigan? Is that
we got Florida, Spain, South Africa. Wow.
Gaborone.
So many of you guys joining us. It's been so long since we did a live. I set it up. If there is any adverts that pop up in this live stream, I am very sorry because the setup was a bit confusing, and I don't think there's going to be any live chats during the live for your viewing.
Ads.
Is that what did I say?
You said live chats.
There shouldn't be any more live chats apart from ours. Oh, absolutely crazy.
Mozambique.
Yeah. We got loads of people from Africa. Botswana. Hey guys.
Jakarta.
Mumbai. Thailand. Hello India. Florida. Holland.
Ankara. Port Elizabeth, South Africa.
Martin's Adventures is going fast, and my eyes are going to go dotty.
Tampa, lovely. Where is Trudy? There you go.
Okay, so let's get on to it. So yeah, Trudy actually arrived in Southampton Port here in the UK yesterday.
Wow.
She's here.
Sorry, I'm absolutely blown away. Belgium, South Africa, Malaysia, Indonesia, the Philippines. We have truly got an absolutely
You guys are amazing.
International Dakota and literally Isle of Wight. There's
Canada, Devon. It's going fast. Deb and Terry from Canada,
Singapore.
Mark Lewis from Wales. Yeah, it's been amazing. Can you believe we've been driving for 4.5 years? 4.5 years, and Trudy has arrived back in the UK.
First of all, I'd like to thank Jenny, my bestie, who provided this by turning up, because obviously today we're working, but she turned up last night with Prosecco and party things, and the kids came around with cards and gifts, and so thank you everybody as well for all your lovely messages today.
Yeah, it was lovely. And our son and daughter-in-law to be came around and bought pizza, so yeah, thanks guys. And oh yeah, absolutely amazing. It actually feels really emotional this week.
Yeah,
our brains are like all over the place. But I think we should let's all put a nice happy birthday in the comments for Marianne.
Oh, thanks.
We couldn't have done it without each other, could we?
No, absolutely. I'm delighted to have done the drive. I'm delighted to have met, married, and shared my life with a man who supports me to live my dream and isn't overbearing or predatory or like making me do things I don't want to do. So,
overbearing and loud I might be, but
no, you're lovely. So yeah, it's been an adventure. We've shared some stuff with some of the press people. We thought when we got back it would like relax and chill, but actually we've been sharing how much we've learned about ourselves really on this trip.
Oh, absolutely.
I think you travel to learn and to know about things around the world. But really, if you think about it, we have really learned so much about ourselves, haven't we? We've been blessed to have a great marriage, but also to be able to share that together.
I'm not going to do the super chat dance that we used to do many years ago, but we've just had a super chat come through.
Thank you. That's
DB
really
has
sweet.
just bought you a birthday drink.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
We've started on the coffee. We'll get.
I'm going to pop this
Are
in
you?
not too long.
Are you?
Well, let's just pop it. I'm just
going
going to pop it now.
Oh.
I just better not aim it at the computer because it's going to all go wrong. And no lights.
Now, if you haven't got a drink, a cup of tea or coffee, get one, because we've got so much information to share.
To be fair, it's a little bit early to be celebrating, but I think after 4.5 years the fact that it's Marianne's birthday, I think that 2 o'clock in the afternoon is a reasonable time. What do you reckon?
Is it too early?
Let's see if I can open this without making it pop too loud.
Let's not celebrate. Let's not celebrate. I think you should always celebrate. Oh, that was good.
That's a nice noise, isn't it?
That was a bit of a pop and a half.
So there you go. So we're going to have a little cheers. We're going to have a little cheers.
Yeah, thank you for joining us on this. Obviously, it's, not the end of an epic adventure, but we're almost at that point where this challenge is complete. But before we talk about anything else, I want to say this is not the end. We're going to share with you some plans of what we're going to do next, but we don't want to rush on too quickly because there's so much to share about.
Mr. P's just bought you another drink.
Oh, Mr. P.
Cheers, Mr. P.
Cheers.
Cheers.
But don't forget, you're coming to the party and we're going to be drinking together for real.
Absolutely. So during this live chat, I've actually made a few notes here, believe it or not. During the live chat, there's lots of stuff that we want to tell you. We want to tell you about the finish line, what's happening with Trudy, how you can convoy with us, how you can meet us at the finish line if you're in the UK. We've also got some shows. We're going to be doing some meetups. We're doing a road trip with some friends. We'll come on to that in a minute through the UK. We'll tell you about the plans for the future, and we'll tell you about how you can join us at our big welcome home party. There's still some tickets left. So there's lots going on, but I also want to thank, we've got Theo and B from the Indie Projects, and we've got Brian and Maria from the Mamuchos, and possibly Frankie and Alex from F&A Van Life, who are moderating. You see the little spanner next to their comments.
I'm not going to put my glasses on because I just put my glasses on, read some of the messages, and I felt an emotion again.
Don't be crying, Marianne.
But there are two other special ladies whose birthday is today. Can you say it?
We got Cheska from Overlanding Sophia. I don't know whether
Cheers.
she's in the house. We've spoken to her early this morning. Cheers, Cheska. Happy birthday to you. And if you remember Captain Ursel from Turkey, who looked after us so much, his lovely wife, Elif. It's her birthday. They all share the same birthday. So how lovely is that?
We are birthday triplets. I'm not going to tell you who's oldest.
So yeah, we'll dip into, as we do the live, we'll dip into the comments and try and answer some of your questions and stuff. So let's just have a quick look in some of the comments. Marianne, what did you do? What did you do before your travels? Joe asked.
Interestingly, I was a secretary. I was a secretary before I had the kids. I was a secretary afterwards, and I worked in the NHS. In the local hospital just up the road, the Princess Royal Hospital. And I worked in the theatres with one of my besties called Sharon, and she and I used to run a very tight ship.
She's coming to the party.
She's also coming to the party.
Hi, Penang in Malaysia. Yeah, I've seen.
Hi, Penang.
Hi, everybody in Malaysia. We love Malaysia.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's have a look. If you've got any.
Lisa and Phil are in the house.
Hi, guys. Thank you for all your support. Let's have a look. See any questions? Pop them in. If not, we'll jump back into telling you what the plan is. Hard drive.
Oh, you found our channel through Paddy Doyle. Oh,
we love Paddy. We had a good time with Paddy.
In fact, if you obviously the video series is going to sort of like slow down for a bit while Chris is doing something else, and he'll tell you about
come
that
on to that in a minute.
We actually watched The Budgeteers for years and years. And one of our videos in Central America, I think it was El Salvador.
Yeah.
We ended up having to wait for a bus for hours. So we ended up playing the cheese on toast game. So if you haven't seen that episode, it's one of the El Salvador things. And now is the perfect time to tell you, go back and look at our old stuff. If you're worried about missing
not the
us,
really old stuff,
it's really bad. Don't watch the really old stuff, and definitely don't tell anyone else to watch the old stuff. It's dreadful. But we had to learn and start somewhere. But yes, the whole Central American series was epic, as was the Irish trip as well. I really loved Ireland. It's like really beautiful.
So Karen says, how did Trudy get her name? But it was actually my niece Molly who said you should call it Trudy the Tread Fan, Uncle Chris. So it kind of stuck. It
definitely stuck. In fact, the video, Molly, we did a video in Malaysia where we had to bring Molly over because we love Malaysia passionately and love Sabah, Borneo. We do have plans to go back in the future.
But there is lots of roti canai. Look at that. Yes, I could do with some roti canai.
And we actually brought Molly over. She flew out to see us, and in one of those episodes in Malaysia, we tell the story, and Molly's there going, "Hi, I chose Trudy's name," which is a really special family moment for
Doris
us.
the drone. Doris the drone. I made up that. You've been watching. That's back to Ireland before I crashed.
Yeah.
Doris died.
Doris Mark II. I think we did Doris and Doris Mark II.
So let's have a look. So let's update you on Trudy. So Trudy was put on a ship. Oh, we've just had another super chat come through.
Thanks, guys.
Happy birthday.
I think I saw that you're on the Isle of Wight. We're planning on coming down to the Isle of Wight at some point because our t-shirt company's based down there. So we thought we're going to go and do a little road trip and see the team who have been designing some t-shirts for us.
So, yeah, Trudy was put on a ship in Durban, as you know, and she's been slowly making her way. She was actually delayed down by Cape Town for about a week. She was bobbing out to go into, was it East London? There's a port down there called East London. Then she came up, she went to northern Germany, she went to Brussels, and yesterday she docked in Southampton. And we've got a little car lock tracker in Trudy, and we could see that she was offloaded yesterday. So the plan for this week is we are hoping we're going to get a phone call from the shipping agent tomorrow. I don't think they're going to call us on a Sunday, but you never know, although we've had a drink now, so tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
And then as soon as they call us, we're bombing down to Southampton from Shropshire. We're going to pick Trudy up. We're going to drop her off at a garage in Hampshire. And Rupert, the engineer, the mechanic, is all on board. He's expecting her. He's like, we understand the pressure. We'll get her serviced. And if anything needs doing, we'll do it. We'll get her MOT'd. So the plan is that she should be MOT'd by Friday afternoon or first thing next Saturday at the latest. And then what we're going to do is we're going to be doing a convoy from Hampshire, stopping at Reading services, stopping at a few different service stations along the way to Bristol, and then up the M5 past Birmingham, along the M54 to Telford services, and then we'll be going to Iron Bridge, give everybody a bit of time to park up, and then we'll be pulling up. Hopefully the council that we've spoken to is going to reserve us a spot right on the high street. Marianne's dad's going to cut the ribbon. We'll drive over the finish line. We'll get out. We'll hang out with everybody, meet everybody, take some photos. All the press is going to be there. It's gone wild. The BBC, we've had so many calls. In fact, we've got a PR company handling the finish line because it's all gone a bit mad. And there's also going to be a Tread the Globe gin launch.
There is, but before we talk about that, we've had loads.
Okay, let's dip back into the comments quickly.
So Dave's put, now you've been around the world. If you had to live anywhere outside the UK, where would you live? I wouldn't. I would stay in the UK. There is no place like home. And I know people will be saying, yes, but there's this problem and that problem. But having literally driven around the world, there are problems in every country.
Yeah, that's true.
There are, you know, if you're traveling as a tourist, we say this all the time. If you travel as a tourist, as a guest, every country is fantastic. It's great. But the reality is, as soon as you set roots in every country, there are taxes, there are, you know, quirky things. So home is definitely where I would stay for sure.
How many subscribers did we have when we first started our Around the World drive? I think it was 9,000. Was it 9 or 12,000?
I think it was 9,000.
9,000.
I think it was 9,000.
Four and a half years ago.
Yeah.
When are you coming to Australia? We'll come on to our plans a bit later on. We're not
Tammy
sure.
Cox, she joined us
yet.
when we were in Charleston. I remember seeing your name pop up. I actually read every single comment.
We do.
We both do.
Yeah, we do. Every
and,
comment.
We answer as many as we can. So when your names come up, we actually feel like we know you because you've been on this journey with us. Kay, thank you very much. That's lovely. Are you getting a 4x4 and coming back to Africa?
There is actually... We'll come on to the future plans, but yes, there will be a plan at some point in the future where we do a more adventurous route in Africa because we loved Africa, but we were very limited, as you see in the videos.
Mm-hmm.
We were very limited by having a 2-wheel drive.
We were.
Heavy 15-inch wheel Fiat Ducato. But I think everybody. Trudy has done amazing.
Yeah, she has.
You know, a Fiat Ducato has made it around the world. And when we left, not everybody, but so many people, when we met them at shows, were like, "You can't drive around the world in a Fiat Ducato. It's not possible." And you think of where that van's been. You know, and I look at before we left Durban, I stuck the green line on the side just to finish the trip back to the UK. And I thought, you know, this she's driven, you know, all through Europe, round Turkey, to the Syrian border, to the crazy mountain roads in Georgia, across the US, to the Grand Canyon, to Alaska, the Dempster Highway to the Arctic Ocean. She's driven past Mount Fuji and the Taj Mahal, you know, elephants in Africa. I mean, it's mad.
I'm really hoping that as many of you that can come to the finish line or to some of our meets. There's on our website we've got an events page, but I'm really hoping that you come to meet her because it's only when you meet her that you realize how small she is and how well we clearly get on to be living in a 6-meter van that is so tiny. But she is epically laid out, and any vehicle we have in the future. We're not going to ever get rid of Trudy, and we'll keep her until she can move no further. But yeah, a 4x4 is definitely in our future, isn't it?
So let's just jump back to the finish line day. If anybody is coming, I'm going to do a little video this week just asking everybody this. But if you go to our events page on treadtheglobe.com, there's an events page. It's got details of all of our meetups, but I've put on there a map with timings that I've worked out from Google. So you can join us for the convoy, or you can just come a part of it between service stations, or you can come to the service stations just to wave us and say hi before we leave. We'll be only stopping like 10, 15, 20 minutes in each service station. But if anybody's there, if you take your phone, look at the state of your case. It's a bit worn out, Marianne.
There's a reason, and I can share that if anyone's interested.
So if you are coming, if you can all film Trudy passing you from the bridge, or if you're at the finish line, if you film Trudy, but don't film it like this for Instagram, film it like this.
Landscape.
Like that. And then I'm going to put details. If you can email me, chris@treadtheglobe.com, or send it on Instagram or whatever, send us the footage, because we only get one perspective from inside the van filming. And obviously, because we're driving in convoy to the grand finale of the finish line, we can't jump out and film Trudy in, you know, different scenarios. So it would be lovely to capture that from different angles. So if I get 1,000 clips, I don't care. Just if people can send us clips, that would be a huge help.
Yeah, I'm just looking at comments here, and it's are you coming to Australia? That's definitely, again, in our future. The world is so big and there's so many beautiful places. But yeah, more on our plans in the future. I just saw one about Auntie Julia. How is lovely Auntie Julia? We have just spent 2 weeks with Auntie Julia. In fact, I bought this shirt in a charity shop in on the island, or a second-hand used clothes shop, and I'm very grateful for that. She's lovely. She's so supportive. In fact, for the party, because she can't attend, she's very kindly given us some beautiful acrylic pictures and some turtle items that we're going to be putting into our silent auction to raise more funds for the sustainability of 2025 for the Turtle Project. So yes, thank you.
Can I just say there's 1,412 of you on this live chat. That's a new record.
Yay,
thanks guys.
Now, I know the algorithms in YouTube help us if you click the thumbs up. So if you wouldn't mind just like clicking it, if you're, I know on a television and stuff, it's quite difficult, but if you're on your phone or a laptop, that would be great.
So we're going to share with you, let's share with you our plans now for the next couple of months. So you know what we're doing. So we've got the finish line. At the moment, we're saying it's the 8th of September, which is Sunday. Now, when we go to the garage on Monday, Tuesday, if he looks at her and says, oh, you've got a bit of work to do before we can MOT you, and I can't get it done this week, we'll have to delay the finish line. But I don't think, apart from a few little issues and a few rattles.
I saw in the comments somebody mentioned the ABS.
The ABS. Well,
Let's
the ABS sensor's off at the moment.
Yeah, the
so
ABS,
it was anyway.
Yeah, and to be honest, that's not really a deal breaker then.
The brake light definitely needs fixing.
The
back rear, I think it needs a whole new unit.
Yeah.
But then, you know, mechanics may be able to work their magic. So fingers crossed. We will post on Monday, Tuesday. We will post on every social media channel, Facebook community, YouTube community, Instagram, and we'll do a mail shot out like the newsletter. Mm-hmm. The exact date of the finish line, but at the moment it is the 8th. We've got all the press, the BBC, everybody's lined up for the 8th.
We've got a lovely message from Finland. Thank you very much for watching from Finland, and also from a family in Korea.
Annyeonghaseyo.
We're so grateful that you've joined us, and we absolutely loved Korea, didn't we?
Oh, we love Korea.
We were talking
Mr.
to
Wonpak and Anna. Amazing.
Oh my goodness, we absolutely loved it.
So that's the plan. So that's the finish line. The following weekend, on the 14th of October, well, which month are we? September. On the 14th of September, we are talking at the Overland Show on Saturday the 14th at 4 p.m. We're going to be spending the night there.
That is a personal goal of mine, to be invited to an Overland Show
in
our
Fiat
two-wheel drive Fiat Ducato. So I want to thank Gavin and Tom, really from the bottom of mine and Trudy's heart, for inviting us and allowing us to come and talk at this epic show, because that's super, super lovely.
Lena's just sent you another 20 euros.
Much.
Thank you very much.
That's lovely. Lena, thank you very much.
Thank you. So that's the Overland Show. So if anybody's at the Overland Show, then and if Trudy doesn't pass her MOT, we'll do the talk at the Overland Show, then drive down on Saturday to pick her up, and then do the finish line the following weekend. But I'm 95% sure it will be this next coming Sunday.
Yeah, I think so. I think a little bit like all of our expedition, we just have to have a little bit of faith, and
so you gotta have faith.
So I think we just have to have that faith that we've held on to the whole time, and we'll make the best of it, whatever happens. But it's going to be one of these last minute social things. So please do keep an eye on our YouTube community. We'll do it on Instagram and on Facebook. And I was going to say I'll put it in the free newsletter, but I think it will be too late then. But if it is delayed, it will obviously be in the newsletter.
This is very nice Prosecco.
It's going down very well.
We nearly did it. I'm gonna be so emotional on the finish line.
There will be tears. There will be tears.
Kneeling on the floor and probably lying in the middle of the high street of Ironbridge. So we might create a traffic jam. But I'm going to feel quite emotional, I think, actually getting there and seeing all of you guys there. It's going to be an epic season finale.
I think that's why I said to you. I think nowadays everybody's in the rush to do the next thing, aren't we? And it's like, what are we doing? But I think it is time for us just to really smell the coffee, smell the roses, take in the moment, because it's been such a challenge, living the round the world trip. If you've only watched that series, it was 4.5 years, but we actually left this house. This is our home that we've taken back from the rental agency and borrowed furniture from our friends and family to be able to sit down. So that we actually moved in at the end of March in 2018. So that's over 6 years now that we've been living in that little space, apart from a couple of months over the heat waves of Malaysia, Thailand, and India. But
what's funny is when we get Trudy back, we'll probably be sleeping in Trudy on the driveway of our house because she feels more homely.
It is really interesting. We've had these conversations. We've got friends coming to stay, and we were saying, are we going to have enough bedrooms? And we were like, well, Trudy's there, so they can have our room and we'll just sleep in Trudy. So yeah, we just love her so much. It's mad. I've never named a vehicle, never like had this kind of emotion. I think it's because she was home, you know, our safe space, our working space, our travel adventure vehicle. You know, it's ridiculous that we've become so attached to her, but we just have.
We've got another couple of super chats there. Jungle, thank you so much. And
Jungle, what a cool name.
Ron and Doug in Japan, thanks for sharing your adventure with us. What was your highlight for Japan, and when can we treat you to dinner there? I'm not sure when we'll be back. We love Japan.
We really love
What was the highlight of Japan? There was a few.
Very simple for me. It's very, very simple.
I loved going to the samurai stuff because I like that element of the martial arts.
Mine's really basic. It's probably really, really corny, but for me, opening the front screen of Trudy and seeing Mount Fuji right there
iconic.
The most mind-blowing thing to think that our little, 20-year-old UK camper van is sat in a car park with Japanese cars and little micro vans parked right next to her, and we all slept there and just looked at this. It's just.
I'd love to see the reaction when you drive near the airport of people on holiday, and they're going.
We had that in Thailand.
That's a British van.
Is that a real number plate? Is that a real British number plate? And we're like, yeah.
It's really funny.
No, we're driving around the world. What? You're driving in Thailand? It was like the funniest thing, wasn't it? It was a
very strange feeling.
Yeah, it was very cool. We've had the best time.
It's been absolutely amazing. But it's not over. Everybody's like, Sunday mornings, what are we going to do? There's not going to be any videos. We'll come on to that. There are going to be videos. There's lots more coming. There's still one more episode of driving over the grand finale, over the finish line, and shipping out of South Africa. I haven't finished that video because obviously we need to drive over the finish line first. So that will be coming out in a couple of weeks.
And that's why Chris needs you to film that as well, because we would love to include some videos of people saying they're coming, or off a
motorway bridge or
anywhere really. Obviously not risking your life or limb. And be as creative as you want, because that will help us choose the bits and pieces that go in the video.
Or filming us as we cross the finish line, or lay on the road and cry.
Yeah, well, he lays on the road. Don't you lay on the road. Don't do that at home.
No, don't do that at home.
Yeah, so it's very exciting.
But we're excited. I don't know if any of you know Frankie and Alex from F&A Van Life. If you go back to the series when we shipped out of Los Angeles
to Japan,
Port Huaneme, is that how you pronounce it?
Maybe.
Well, that port up there. It was quite far out of LA. We shipped, but we were like, how? There's no public transport to get back to downtown to fly out. So Frankie and Alex said, we'll come and pick you up. And it was a 3-hour drive for them to come and pick us up. Then they drove us about an hour and a half to LA.
And they were heavily pregnant. They were heavily pregnant at the time. Yes, they were.
But we've become really good. We're really good friends with them. And they are flying over to the UK next Sunday. So you will see them at the finish line. Yeah. And they're coming to the Overland show with us. We've managed to secure a van for them from Quirky Campers.
Thank you, Quirky Campers.
Thank you, Quirky Campers, if you're watching. So we're going to be doing a bit of a road trip around the UK with them, which will be, they're going to film for their channel. We're not actually going to be filming it because we're going to be too busy doing the next chapter of our stuff, which I'll come on to in a sec. So give F&A Van Life a follow, and you'll see us on their channel for starters.
Yeah, we're going to help them see the best of British because it's their first time in the UK. And also, if you've got, I think the sort of like rough plan, we're going to talk about it more with them when they arrive. But the plan is, as Quirky's let us have a van for 6 weeks, we thought we'd drive from Scotland down to Cornwall because we have family that we haven't seen yet. So we want to go down and see family. And so what we want to do is stop off on some places on the way. So really the best of British, the best of the UK. And I was saying to Chris, you know, obviously you got to try Scotch, you got to try haggis. But if there's anything in the middle that we don't really know,
let us pop it in the comments or send us a message.
Appreciate that, or direct message us.
If there's something really British, Scottish, Welsh, we'll probably go from sort of Land's End up towards John O'Groats, or John O'Groats down towards London. In fact, we'll probably start at John O'Groats because of the weather.
Yes.
And we'll probably break it into 2 trips before the party. We'll come on to the party in a second. So we'll probably do a little mini trip before the party, and then we'll do 10 days or a couple of weeks after the party.
Yeah.
So please do let us know if there's, like, we obviously they've got to have an English breakfast. They've got to have an afternoon tea.
Oh, yes.
You know, Scotch whiskey.
Yes.
You know, they've got to have fish and chips somewhere really
Crumpets
iconic.
And Marmite.
They've got to try Marmite. It's all food related. But
obviously it's us.
But then they've got to go to, you know, traditional English villages and stuff. So please do message us if you want to swing by, or if you've got a really cool local pub that, you know, we could take them to, or something like that. Pork pie, yes, I love pork pie. Have I missed pork pie?
Iron Bridge. There is a pork pie shop just over the side of the Iron Bridge. Also, I think as well, what we will be doing is asking people to check out the events page on the website, because as we go down, we'll sort of do it quite live and very sort of like real time, that we're having a meetup that weekend on this place. So we'll do that. So keep an eye on the events page for any meetup details. It will be very last minute, so check regularly.
So that's it. So we're doing a bit of a road trip with Frankie and Alex.
Yeah.
So let's talk about our welcome home party. The big welcome home party.
I've seen several people ask,
let's go into the comments first.
But I've seen several people ask, how many miles have we put on Trudy on the around the world trip?
66,000 miles on Trudy by road.
Yeah.
And I think it was 12,000 miles by sea. I've got the exact statistic. I haven't got it written down with me, but someone just joined the tread team.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Yeah,
welcome.
As we said, it's not over. This around the world challenge trip is over. Oh, look, Mick and Trudy are in the house.
Mick and Trudy, how you doing?
We can't wait to see you at the party.
They're coming to the party as well.
In fact, we made a lovely video in Turkey with Mick and Trudy, and I was telling my friend Jenny, you know the phone that you put there and it says, "What am I?" And I was playing her the mini video. We were crying.
Charades with a difference.
It was. I've never played it again since.
I think
so
that's on
we
had a villa for a weekend in Turkey. It's a hilarious video.
It was hilarious. Oh, we had so much fun. Lots of love, you guys. We think you're awesome.
So okay. So the party. So the finish line is obviously for everybody. We want everyone to come to the finish line, and the meetups around the country, etc. But because we started, if you're new here or you've been following us a while, you know we opened, with your help, the GoFundMe. Everybody donated, and we opened a turtle conservation project in Turkey. And we thought it would be nice to do a posh dinner. I say a posh, but like a formal dinner and dance, and donate all the profits to the Turtle Project to try and keep it going for another year.
Can I point out, living in a van for 6 years, I deserve to put a posh frock on. That's just gone, you know.
I'm gonna have a bow tie and everything.
I've actually started looking at guys since we're back in the UK, saying, why are his eyebrows better than mine? And Chris laughs at me, and I'm like, how are all these people so well groomed? I cut my own hair, and I dye it in a bucket. What's going on? I need to put on a posh frock. So this is my excuse, if I'm honest. This is definitely my excuse.
So that is the plan. It's on the 27th of September. We chose the Friday because it was cheaper, because the hotels are more expensive with weddings and things on the weekend. And because it's going to charity, we thought the more profit we can make for the Turtle Project, the better, which is why we did it on the Friday.
Yeah.
It's going to be a fun night. It's going to be a fun night. We're going to be there. Sahara's, the turtle lady, has applied for a visa. I have no idea whether she's going to get it. It's really like this. Hopefully she's going to be there. We've got some more of our YouTube friends. Ben and Cheska's coming.
Yeah.
There's loads of guys.
Mick and Trudy.
Brian
and Maria.
Yeah. There's loads. And
Theo and
Van
B,
Life.
we're still begging them to
Theo
come.
and B, you need to come over. Or Theo, or one of you look after the animals. There's also going to be lots of people that you recognize from the videos. Mr. and Mrs. P. I mean, Clint and Linda.
Yeah, it's
Terry
gonna
and
be great
Kathy.
fun. Oh, I know.
Yeah, there's loads. Ursel may be coming.
Yeah, we'll find that out next week.
Is Eva Zubek coming? You'll have to wait and see.
We'll have to wait and see.
And Chris, why does only Marianne drive?
Because I'm amazing.
Because she's amazing at driving. Did you not see the last video? I thought I'd give you all of a treat and just show that I could drive.
Yeah, if you haven't seen the last video, Chris did drive because we ended up doing.
She let me drive.
And I was like, all right, you can hold the keys for a bit. And he did like the whole afternoon.
I've been driving around the UK when I'm not filming. To be honest, it's because of the filming. Because when I'm filming, I'm almost editing the video in my head. I know what shots I want. I spot something and I'm like, oh, that's a nice shot. Or there's a termite mound that I'm talking about, or look at that. And
it's interesting for me.
If I'm driving, I can't do that. So I don't know how YouTubers on their own film like effectively. It's really hard to drive and film.
Well, like ever, it's an absolute
really
skill.
hard.
We can't do that at all. Chris is very much the creative one. If Chris wasn't part of this tread team, there would be no videos because I'm not gifted at all in that way.
You're gifted in driving.
I can drive. So I'm happy to do the driving. I love doing the driving. In fact, when we swapped roles for that afternoon, Chris was like, can you keep filming? Can you film? Can you catch? And I was like, no, okay.
Just swap back.
Just swap back.
We both get frustrated. She's frustrated at my driving and I'm frustrated at her filming. And the videos, I'm like, you missed that animal. It's like,
yes. Well, it moved. So as long as we're doing our roles, then our relationship is great. And when we try and change it, it just doesn't work. We know what works.
But it works. It works.
Yeah, we know what works.
I mean, in an emergency, I do drive. I can drive.
Yeah.
If it's not on camera.
Yeah, but you're on the insurance. You're on the Carnet de Passage just in case.
When we did the Dempster Highway, I drove all the way back the 500 miles back down the dirt. She drove up because I filmed it.
Sam and Andy are coming to the party.
Sam and Andy are coming to the party. The couple that drove to the Dempster Highway
with us.
Hilarious.
Love them.
So there's going to be a really cool. We've got a really cool group of people. It's going to be a fabulous night, and then we'll stay over in the hotel, all have breakfast the next day and stuff. It's going to be fun. We're excited.
We are.
So if you want to come to the party, there are still limited tickets. They're available for the next how many days? 19 days.
I think it's 19 days.
And then there's a cut-off from the hotel. There's a cut-off day. So they're available for 19 days. When they're gone, they're gone. So if you want to come and hang out with us and obviously donate, the money's going to a good cause, then
Lock and
we'll
Dust
have
stuff
fun.
Says I sent you a message on Instagram, by the way. Yeah,
we're
going through it. Thank you. Oh, you found us through Eva Zubak. That's lovely.
We love Eva. We're good. Yeah, we love Eva.
Is there anything you wish you'd filmed that you didn't?
No, not really. We film most things. I think looking back when we first started, the experience of filming has changed. So like now we're doing voiceovers and we're trying to tell more of a story and our personal feelings rather than a holiday video, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So they've kind of developed over the years. So when I look back, I'm like, I wish I told the story a bit differently or emphasized different things to make it better. But you don't have that experience, so you can't really do that at the time. Yeah.
It's absolutely true. I just saw one there saying,
is there an outtake
for a driving
video?
license in every country you visit? No, we have like an international driving permit, so that's good. Ursel visiting helped you so much. He's a cool guy. He really, really is.
Yeah.
You will leave Africa and Africa will not leave you. Thank you. We absolutely loved Africa. It was so different to what we expected. I think we were cold and we never ever thought we would be cold.
It was amazing. The nature was phenomenal.
Oh, sorry about the Botswana police and treating you like a criminal. It's okay. Honestly, these things happen.
To be fair, it was probably half of it was probably my fault, because after the Malaysian police incident, I was like, I'm going to be a bit more assertive with the police.
But I think as well,
it didn't work.
But I think as well, these things just happen. Auntie Julia in Canada, we were having this chat, and she said the thing that shocked her the most about the driving was we didn't have any accidents. We didn't have any bumps. We didn't have any scrapes. And that really...
The audio is sometimes crackly.
Oh,
that's interesting. You see, the speaker on my laptop has started vibrating. So
if we bang the table, maybe that's what's happening. So no bang.
Like that.
Did that happen? Did that make it happen?
Maybe I need to buy a new computer, but they're super. They are bloody expensive.
Yeah.
Because it's a MacBook Pro for editing. But anyway, it is what it is.
Thanks for letting us know, though, Jeff. So
Sorry
we
about
are
that.
super.
Oh, it's better now. I was having a technical moment, maybe.
There we go.
Oh, maybe my banging the tables and put the microphone back in its place.
Oh, Avni said it as well. Sometimes maybe running out of battery. Oh, plug it in. That's a good idea.
It's not. It's fully charged, but I will plug it
anyway.
in.
Thanks, Avni.
I need to plug it in. That side.
Also, I just saw from Sweden. Hello, Sweden. Caroline French, especially to a disabled person living in a care home. Thank you for coming along with us. That's really, really special to us. Great to see you guys home. Sunday evenings here in Dubai will be empty now. No, because there's over 600 videos on our channel.
Probably nearly 700, I would say.
I don't believe you've seen all of them. So
let me talk about the next. Let's talk about the next thing. What am I going to be working on?
Yes.
You might notice this.
Oh yeah, look at you.
Look at that for
Not too low. I'm in my pajamas. No, I'm only joking.
Expedition living. So I've decided that I'm going to make a series out of the last 4.5 years with, but it's going to be a little bit different. It's going to be all the highlights, stories that we couldn't put in the videos for whatever reason at the time.
Some stats,
some reflections, some finances. We're going to put a bit of everything and make probably a 14 to 16 part series, which we'll put on YouTube. You might see it on a streaming platform. I'm going to do it hour-long episode, 45 minutes to hour-long episodes, so as if it's like on the TV or like something you would see on Netflix. But it will be I'm really excited. And because we did the trip all about living life to the fullest, that's why we quit the jobs in the first place. You know, you get to an age when you realize you're not going to live forever and you need to seize the moment. That we thought long and hard about what we should call the series. And I was like, it's all about life, expedition living. So it's going to be called Expedition Living. So there are new t-shirts. There's a new range of merch on the website, Expedition Living. And I'm going to be producing the trailer over the next couple of weeks. Hopefully we'll launch the trailer at the party if I can get it done. You wouldn't believe that we're spending so much time planning a 2-minute trailer. But then the series will come out between now and Christmas, which will still give you a video. We'll try and put 1 episode out a week, which will still give you lots of stuff to watch and laugh and reminisce and see all the juicy good bits and why we did certain things the way we did. So who's excited for Expedition Living? Woohoo!
Yeah, there's a few people saying they're going to get t-shirts, which is really lovely. Midnight in Australia, so I'm off to bed. Enjoy your day. Uncle Bob L, thank you very much.
Nighty.
Yeah,
thanks for joining.
Sleep well. Yeah, it's really interesting because we spent quite a lot of time trying to think of the name because it has to be catchy. And we realized actually, as we've been doing these interviews with the press, that everything we started when we decided to do this trip was about living our life, and that we'd had so many friends that didn't make retirement age or made it and then passed away or got ill and weren't healthy enough to enjoy it. And we really thought, because we had kids really young, maybe it was really time to just live it so that if anything does happen to us in the future, we have all of this to hold on to. So we have no regrets doing it, even though a 20-month trip ended up as a 4.5-year trip. But it was just so incredible. I saw in the comments somebody saying that we're really positive, but I think that's the only way we could get
you have to do this trip. There was so much change, and it taught us that we had to be flexible. I'm a planner, and I still plan, but I know the plan's going to change, but I have to have a plan. a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C.
I'm more of a kitten with a butterfly kind of thing. I get distracted and just like walk off.
So that is the plan. We're gonna be making the series. So I hope you all like that. If you do want to buy a T-shirt for the finish line or just to show the support, there is free postage on our website until midnight tonight.
Yes, thank you very much to the T-shirt company for giving us that. That's great.
And that we've also launched a new range of Protect Turtle merchandise, and 100% of the profits from those we're going to donate to the Turtle Project.
I might be able to.
They've done a really good job with the logo, particularly with the hoodie and stuff. It looks really cool.
Let me see if
so we haven't got any to physically show you, but if you look on the website treadtheglobe.com on the shop, you'll see it. And it's all products are free UK postage till midnight. It's a very cool design.
And then
the front
there.
But there's hoodies, T-shirts, notebooks. There's a little sticker. There's a tote bag. So any of those go to the turtles.
Some people have already ordered it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. We're really trying to find a way to make 2025 sustainable for Sahar, and just try and find as many income streams as we can for her. And we're grateful to the T-shirt company that we use on the Isle of Wight, because they actually made that
for us.
Because I said to them, I don't really even need it to be like a Tread the Globe shirt. I want it to be so cool that anyone who has anyone in their family that loves turtles will buy that for Christmas or buy that for a birthday present. So they came up with that design for us, and that is just I love it. I really love it.
We've got a new super chat. It's Ian's first ever super chat, because I can see a note there. Well, thank you very much, Ian. You just got another birthday drink. I think Marianne's going to be sozzled later. I might be driving to Southampton.
And why not? Thank you, Ian. That's really sweet.
So that's that. We also have some plans. If you notice in our videos, Chris, and Marianne, but mostly Chris, loves food. A lot of food. We eat a lot of. We just love trying new foods. So I said to Marianne, wouldn't it be nice if I could put all of the dishes that we loved in each country, find a recipe, make it, and put it all into a Tread the Globe World Recipe Book? So we're going to work on that too. What do you think of that?
When Chris said that he would have to make it at home and trial it and make sure that it was perfect, and that I would have to sample that, I was a bit of like, I think you should do that. I think that's the best idea you've ever come up with. So I think you should do it.
Marianne can't handle hot food.
No, but
actually, she's a lot better.
I am a lot better, but a lot of the food, it's like the reason I love the food in Turkey was because it's not spicy. It's just so flavoursome. Like everything is left to like really get those flavours out. So it was just, my mouth's watering.
Somebody you've inspired, Erica, she's gone on a Malaysian, is it a Malaysian road trip?
Where is it?
MH today. There you go. You've just inspired her to give it a drive.
Yeah, just do it. Just do it. I genuinely believe that there's nothing stopping you other than the fear that you are told to have, because I don't believe in listening to anybody else who tells you can't do it, because only you know what you're capable of.
And do you know what's funny is I say it in the videos, but it's like you feel nervous about going somewhere or doing something, and it always results in the best times. Like when you're really nervous about or scared about something, it always ends up you're going, I'm really pleased we did that. And like if somebody invites us to go somewhere, we do our best, even if you're tired, and we do our best to always say yes. And the best times come from saying yes to an invite, like all of those things, can I help you? If we hadn't have said yes, I mean, we had a fabulous day, and then we met up with him again, didn't we?
Really. And you don't have to be like brave on your own. If you just feel like you need to have a wingman or wingwoman with you,
Taste the Globe.
Do it.
What a good name for a book, guys. That's a good name. Taste the Globe.
The word taste makes me happy.
I'm already liking that. Expedition Living and Taste the Globe. I'm also planning. I have lots of ideas, but not enough time really. I'm also planning to write a book about our drive around the world, because books allow you to get so much more emotion and everything into it.
I think that's why you wanted to do this series, because we've got so many things that happen behind the scenes or like last minute, and it was really tricky to share it until we processed it ourselves. So I think that's going to be something. In fact, coming back to the series, should we at this point also say, are there things that you want to hear about? Like, you know, do you want us to include some maps, prices, things like that? What sort of things would you like to include? And we'll have that big discussion with I'm
going to do it a similar kind of. I mean, if you remember the old Long Way Round series with Ewan McGregor and all those kind of things, we're going to try and do, you know, like a real adventure series and how we feel and why we did it, and even do a little bit of a reflection on a particular moment that we couldn't talk about at the time. Yeah. Pamela's donated €10 there to the Turtles. Thank you very much, generous. Pamela. Thank you. Please come to Western Cape Town. We really wanted to go to Cape Town, but when we arrived in Durban, our time was so limited because we didn't get into China and we had the welcome home party, and it kind of put pressure on our trip. We had a decision: should we go to Mozambique, Maputo, or should we go to Cape Town? And we wanted to go and see our friend in Maputo. If you're watching, Avni, Sybil, that's why we chose. It was a good decision. And we had a great time, and it was lovely. But we will definitely I think, come back to Africa. Be under no illusions. Africa is. We loved it. There. We're going to be back. Everybody was just the way the school kids shouted as we drove down the road, and it was just big smiles, and it was just a really nice experience. I think as well, you know, Africa, the continent of Africa, was never even on the plan. It was never in the plan, but we decided to throw it in at the end, and it was very much a teaser for us to see whether that was something we wanted to include and do more of. So there are no doubts in our bucket of things we're going to do is a massive trip. And we'll share more of that as it unfolds. It took us 6 months to plan the around the world trip. So over the next 6 months, 8 months, we're going to be planning something else and doing other trips as well. So Erkin said you should try visiting Izmir. Actually, we drove through Izmir. It was tragically the time. It was like the week after, a couple of weeks after the earthquake, and we didn't feel that it was appropriate to try and make a video, a travel video. It wasn't very sensitive at that time, but we will be back. We haven't done Izmir, so yes, we will come to Izmir. And Turkey's very much in, we should be meeting up with Mick and Trudy as well, and we'll be back anyway. We're coming back to support the project. So. Kristen's donated $10 as well there. Thank you very much. That's very kind of you. Thanks, Kristen. So wow, that's a lot of plans we've got, isn't it? But I think we're already starting to plan the next trips. Hi, Yvonne. And where we're going to go. Yes. But I think we're going to do shorter trips, aren't we? Yes. 2 to 3 month trips of places that Trudy couldn't go, I think will be probably our first trips next year. Yes. I think also we've got a few things running through our head. One of them is for the next big trip, we're not really sure what vehicle we're going to use. So we're going to use this time to look at other vehicles. Can we live in a 4x4 car? Could we go on a motorbike? Should we go in a 4x4 van? Should we? So that's something that's playing through our minds, and that's sort of things that we're doing. I think Trudy can't do another crazy expedition. Well, we don't want to kill her. We want to keep her. So I think she can do Europe, Scandinavia, Morocco, Tunisia, Algeria. She could probably go to Kazakhstan and Azerbaijan and Poland and Eastern Europe. But I don't think she could do any 2 or 3 year trips again, and we wouldn't want to do that to her. So the question is, what do we do it in? We can do it in a van, a 4x4 van. We could do it in an overlander. We could do it on a motorbike. I've got my bike license. Marianne could get hers. So what do you think? Put it in the comments. Should we get another van? Should we do it in an overlander? Don't you really care? Or do you just want to see the roads and the experience of where we go and who we meet? Yeah, and I think
Trudy, we're always going to keep her, and we've said that many times. And I do want to go off and do trips on her, but I never, ever, ever want her to end up in a junkyard or a museum, because that's not what we have for her. She's been our home for so long. She's like the perfect little cottage on wheels in my brain. I know she probably isn't and looks like a mad ice cream van to most. But she is really special to our trips, having kept us safe. But yeah,
4x4 van.
4x4 is the way forward.
But I kind of like the older
yeah,
vans.
I don't want to. Yeah, so many decisions to make. But I think this is why we can use that time. And if we go to places that we weren't able to take Trudy, we'll see what vehicles they use there. That will give us inspiration. Also, it's like, we couldn't get into Vietnam. We couldn't get, we couldn't ship it to Australia. There's so many places, islands, the Philippines, and places that we'd love to go and meet the people and eat the food and take people on that journey and adventure of saying yes to people who invite us into their homes and their restaurants and their families.
Spencer's saying hire a vehicle. And I think some countries, like we tried to go to Vietnam, but we couldn't ship Trudy into Vietnam. So then you think, well, if I want to do Vietnam, I've got a choice. I bus it or backpack it, or I either hire a car or rent or buy a motorbike. I mean, it depends on which countries. I think if we went to New Zealand or Australia, you could probably hire a van or buy a car and do a trip.
And I think Australia is so huge.
Land Rover 4x4.
I wouldn't want to do something so huge on a motorbike, because you're exposed more to the elements. I think short trips are fine. I think we've been spoilt with Trudy, haven't we? Having that luxury of having that home on wheels and being able to see and live in luxury, because van life is very much more luxurious than living on a motorbike and traveling and having that smaller space. Look at Itchy Boots, she's an incredible.
I mean, you could. I'm just looking at a couple of comments here. Let me just do two. Where was it? Will you be purchasing a Starlink? We have actually got a Starlink. We have one. I sent it home when we were going to plan to go through China, because a lot of the African countries didn't have Starlink, but we do actually have a global Starlink. And I love it because you can pause it. You don't have to pay monthly, but it works very, very well. What was the Defender? I saw a couple of comments that I was going to answer.
The Landy Defender, they last forever. Although everybody tells us that if you have a Land Rover, you have to become a mechanic. So that makes me a little bit nervous. Somebody,
I can't see the comment now, but somebody asked, "Are we going to do any meetups if they can't come to the party on September, either financially or whatever?" We are looking into live streaming the party. I don't know whether anybody would be interested to see people arriving, and then there'll be a speech dinner. We'll do some more speeches and Q&As and have a bit of fun. So we might live stream that for people, just so that if you can't come, you can still join in. But we are going to plan when we're doing tours with Frankie and Alex. We'll probably try and arrange some meetups maybe on the way. And then we'll be in the UK. I think we'll probably be in the UK until towards the end of the year, once the Expedition Living series is made, and I can start writing the book and stuff. I think we're going to be busy until the end of October, and then November, December, we'll really concentrate on the series, the book and the cookbook, and what it meant, some other bits and pieces, and then we'll probably do another fresh trip, have it planned, ready for January, and then we'll plan trips, and then we'll be traveling, or we'll be doing 2 or 3 month trips, coming home to see the elderly relatives for a few weeks, and then going off and doing another one. I think we'll start like that. So there's lots coming, but we'll try and find some really interesting places to go and find for you.
Linda's put, would you change the branding on Trudy? No, we absolutely love it. We have talked about taking some of the social media icons off, but all the stickers that we've collected,
all the stickers as well. It's really a conversation starter, because when we first left, so many people said, should you go in a plain white van and be really incognito if you're wild camping? or should you just go completely cover in flowers and stickers and put more stickers on? And I'm pleased we did the really loud one, because when you're parked up, people come and talk to you. It prompts a conversation. Like one, I'm going to go back to one, but that's just an example. But if you didn't have all those stickers, then people wouldn't have come and talked to you like they did.
Yeah, Ingrid's put the next vehicle has to be the one that you find the most affordable. I don't know if you know this, but Trudy actually cost us £18,500, and they fitted a reversing camera for us, and gave us 6 month MOT, 6 months road tax as well. So yeah, we are not gonna like take a massively brand new vehicle, because that's not who we are. We'll have to find something. You know, we have
even if we did have the money, we wouldn't go and buy a brand new.
We just wouldn't, because that's not the way forward. Driving around the world with a brand new vehicle, A, doesn't work, and B, would logistically be a nightmare trying to get AdBlue on the road and the places that we're thinking on our next big challenge. So yeah, it would be different. I've got to say, I don't know if you guys read the comments as well, or if we can't see them all, but I just want to say you guys are so positive and so lovely.
We've got the loveliest
supportive
community. You guys are the best.
You're really sharing and helping us, you know, forge these ideas and things.
So I want to know how many.
Thank you.
Did we do that one?
Erkin, thank you. You should try a larger camper bus this time.
I don't know. It's so difficult. Difficult.
Let me share a little bit of my thinking, because then you guys, you know, some of you are experienced overlanders as well, so you'll know, and others you might have seen online something that would fit our thing. So it needs to go in a container, so it can't be taller than the entrance door of a high top container. I don't want it longer than 6 meters, maybe 6'10" at the very most.
Ships cost more if they're longer.
I would like 4x4. I'm not worried if it's left hand or right hand, but it would have to be UK registered, because for the carnet and the paperwork and everything else, it is a logistical nightmare. So that's my baseline for what I'd like. We're actually going to be talking at the Adventure Overland Show, and I am going to be there the day before, subject to Trudy arriving, and I'm going to be quizzing everyone. I'm going to be looking at everyone's rigs. Is it going to be a car with a backy? Is it going to be a 4x4 van? Is it going to be a car with a pop
saying
top?
Maybe you can get a sponsor for your next adventure. You never know.
I don't know. It would have to be something that's really meaningful to us.
Fiat should make something for you.
You have seen.
We have actually been chatting to Fiat, haven't we?
Fiat. We have the best community. Somebody contacted Fiat. Do you remember his name? Sorry, my mind's a bit blown today.
Steve.
I want to say Steve.
Steve.
Contacted Fiat and said, "Have you any idea how incredible these people are?" And he basically copied us in and told us about this email. And then we got an email from the guys at Stellantis, who are the umbrella company. So thank you to Steve, and thank you to Stellantis for actually contacting us, reaching out and talking to us.
So watch this space. Is that one?
It's not gonna be a free van. We're not those people. I'm not really into that. We don't know what the future is.
We'll just take it as it comes.
But we'll take it as it comes.
But we're planning our thing, and we'll see what happens.
Maybe a van build.
Are you going to keep Trudy for your other travels? We are. We're going to keep Trudy. We'll always keep Trudy. Trudy is not for sale. Trudy is not going to scrap. Even when Trudy is dead and she can't drive anymore, she's going to be in my garden with the roof built, a shed roof over her, and it will be our little spare room and escape.
Although we were talking to the guys at Quirky Campers who let us have a van, and they were like, we could maybe
rent Trudy out for you.
So yes, maybe you'll see Trudy on their Quirky campsite.
Somebody's saying, why don't you make Trudy 4x4?
Yeah, I don't know what the logistics of that are. We're not mechanically minded, as some of you know. So if it's that easy, direct message me. Maybe that's something we could do. Although again, part of Trudy's problems, actually one of the other things we need, are bigger than a 15-inch wheel, because that's really the hardest part for me with driving Trudy, although you know she's been amazing, is 15-inch tires. Also, we have a 4x4 group up the road here in North Shropshire, and I'm going to be contacting them when I have the said vehicle, saying, teach me everything I need to know, because I'm not qualified. It's just learnt on the road.
Here's a couple of questions for you. how many of you are going to come to the finish line or join the convoy or meet us at a service station? Put a comment. Just put yes in the comments if any of you are planning to come. It would be lovely to try and get an idea of if anybody's going to turn up.
Can I just add? How much would it cost to come over to Iceland? I don't know, but I would love to.
Yeah,
come.
that's definitely a future trip. Iceland.
Marianne, the new Fiat test driver. If anybody
The
watched
Steve.
Top Gear, I said to Chris, I would love Top Gear to contact me and say, will you do a Stig thing? I don't even know if Top Gear is still going.
I said to Marianne, maybe we could redo some of those Top Gear episodes. Wouldn't that be fun?
That would be so much fun.
So Amanda's going to try. Okay, like to. Paul, yes. Ronnie, hi from Dalian.
Yeah.
Hi, Ronnie. Ronald, how you doing? Tell Marianne, do you miss the drive-in?
I do, but I'm currently in a little run-around car, and I just want to get back in Trudy, if I'm honest.
How about installing a winch? Maybe. Indie projects, we want to.
Yay!
Meet you in Reading, Lisa.
Yay!
We're definitely going to come and see you in Reading, and you're coming to the party.
Yay! Yeah, thank you so much to everybody who's coming and like putting themselves out there for us. We're really.
Is Ben and Cheska there in September? Yes, they are.
Yes,
they're coming to the party. You come to party with all of us.
Yeah.
Just a girl you used to know is coming. I'd love to, but my back injury won't let me. Aaron's got FOMO because he can't make it to the finish line. But you're coming to the party, Mr. P.
Yes, and you've been in Trudy, and Trudy loves you.
Yeah. Airbnb Trudy, you'd make a fortune. maybe that could pay for the next vehicle. I wish you could join you, but I live in Tokyo. Oh, yeah, that's a little bit far to come. Although we have got somebody coming to the party from New Zealand.
We do.
And quite a lot from North America. So I do feel quite special.
Yeah.
Can you live stream the finish line for us? I'm not sure we're going to live stream the finish line.
That would work.
Because we're making it into a video for the climax of the whole thing. Yeah. It's very hard to talk on a live stream as well as filming and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know that we'll be able to do that, but we will look at trying to, if we can get fast enough internet at the venue, we'll try and live stream
at the party.
We can just leave a camera on, and then as we dip in and out of speeches and stuff.
I think crossing the finish line, it won't happen because we're driving. It's going to be really emotional. There's going to be a lot going on. So I think the reality is no.
Spencer would come, but you've inspired him. He's traveling, so he can't make it. Good for you, Spencer. That's what we want. That's the good excuse. We're hoping to meet you in Reading.
Fabulous. Thanks, Linda.
Don't forget to film us arriving. Wish we could, but we're in South Africa. Again, that's a little bit too far to come. Round the coast in Australia, possibly. We're always open to new adventures. Hope to see you at Reading services, Linda. Stay home, take a break. Just do what you want. Stay home, take a break.
Thank you. Yeah,
we will be doing some of that.
I think as well, we need to reconnect with some family and friends as well. We've been on the road so long. UK. So for us, it's going to be really lovely. Our friends are incredible. Our family have been just epic. And we feel very loved.
Mark Kelly Photography is going to convoy with us up the M4, Wiltshire. Anybody from South Africa coming to the party? I'm not sure. Convoy Telford.
Tony
so Reading is the first.
Tony wants to drive with Convoy to Telford.
Dave's camping. Amazing. Oh, Top Gear has been cancelled. Yeah.
Oh, is it?
Well, there you go. Maybe we'll do Tread the Globes version instead.
Yeah. Top Tread Gear.
Yeah. Away that weekend. I think there should be a nice group of us anyway. And then how many of you are coming to the party? Or how many of you are thinking of coming to the party? 27th of September.
Wow, I can't believe it. You guys are incredible. Oh, thank you so much.
From Istanbul. Found friends in us.
Yeah, as I said, on the meetup page on the website, we are very excited because we're going to start adding things on there. There's also a discount code for the tickets for the NEC. We're going to be talking on the Saturday and the Sunday. So if you've got any questions, send them in.
Nomad Life Kiwi says they would like to come to the party if there's still tickets. There are, or the beginning of this live chat, there were still some tickets. So there are still
Yeah.
some tickets at the moment.
And
We've released them in batches.
Up, so that would be good.
We were saving quite a few for friends and family and people around the world. And some people can't make it. So
we're starting to release
a few more tickets. Yeah. Are you live streaming the last drive?
No, I think it will be no.
I think it will be mentally too much for us to try and do it and
we'll film our perspective, and we're asking everybody to film it that way and send us in the clips, and then that will be added to it.
It will be a YouTube video. There'll be lots of driving. The convoy will be chatting.
Yeah, the BBC are filming it as well, and they're going to be giving us some of that footage.
Yeah, hopefully you'll see quite a big bit of news coverage, and we'll share any links that we see. Kathy Foy, you're coming from America. Hello, everybody from New Mexico. Hope to see you on the 27th. You're definitely seeing us, and you'll see some others.
That's so lovely. Thank you.
Quick Hideaway, excited to come to the party.
To see you too.
It's going to be a great party. I can't wait.
Yeah.
Just to celebrate the fact we've done it. Can you imagine?
Dave's camper van is going to meet us at the Overland show. That would be lovely.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, Overland show. We're also... We haven't said that we're at the Motorhome and Caravan show at the NEC. What is the date for that? Did I write it down?
I think it's the...
Oh, there you go. The 17th is the Thursday. So October the 17th, 18th, 19th.
So Frankie and Alex are talking on the Friday. We're going to be talking on the Saturday
and Sunday lunchtime.
Avni's put, we wish we were coming to the party count. We wish you were coming to the party too. Greetings to Mozambique.
Also, if you do want to come to the Motorhome and Caravanning show, if you go onto our website on the events page, there is a link. It gives you a small discount to the ticket price. It's not massive, but as they say, every penny counts, right?
We don't have a discount code for the Overland show, though,
no,
so
we
sorry
don't.
About that.
Sorry.
Somebody's asked about donating to Sahar, the Turtle Project. Our GoFundMe page is still open. So if you go to GoFundMe and then type in Tread the Globe, the Turtle.
I think there's actually a link on our website. If you go treadtheglobe.com, there's a tab that says Turtle SOS, and it's got all the links to the GoFundMe and stuff on there.
Just a girl has put, it's great the BBC are coming. Lippy, get your hair done. I'm going to be there.
Well, if all goes according to plan, the BBC might be in the van with us.
Yeah.
And then there's at least 4 other media outlets going to be on the finish line. So it should be quite good. And there is talk about droning the convoy coming up the motorway. One of the news channels is talking.
Yeah.
So there might be news cameras on some of the bridges if we drive.
James is saying, did you film the last leg of the trip?
Yes. But the video's not out yet.
No.
So the trip hasn't finished. We're home, but Trudy only arrived yesterday. She's driving over the finish line next weekend. So the following weekend, we should have the video. We should have the last video out. And then there'll be a couple of weeks break. You'll be able to watch us on Frankie and Alex's channel. And then Expedition Living. There's the t-shirt. That's the series. That's the Round the World series. T-shirts available on the website. Free postage in the UK till midnight.
That's maybe last. El Brandon, Brazil. We are the same age group. I keep telling my wife, I think Marianne was a raver back in the 90s. You just have that joyous vibe.
She is. Mad Marianne. Once met, never forgotten.
Oh, Kathy's all.
Are we going to visit Borneo and the orangutans again? Yeah, we're actually talking about organising some Tread the Globe trips. So we might do a little tour group with some of you if you want to come. We were thinking of doing one in Turkey, one in Borneo, and one in one of the African countries, maybe Zimbabwe, Botswana, South Africa. I'm not sure yet. What is Frankie and Alex's YouTube channel? It's FN, as in the letter, FNA Van Life.
Yeah.
We're going to be doing a road trip with them. Never been to the UK before, so I'm so excited just to show them stuff that they're going to be like, what is that?
Now
Black pudding.
Yeah.
Just don't tell them what it is.
They're coming over. We're not filming. But we're going to be on their channel, so it'll be fascinating to see how it's edited with us on it. So, you know,
we're going to surprise.
We're
We're
surprising. No, we don't.
We're going to, well, that's probably not a surprise now, but we're going to surprise them with the vans, and we're going to take them on a road trip.
Yeah, we're going to take them on a road trip.
We're going to be like, hey, come with us, and we're going to go and pick up a quirky van.
Yeah, we can't fit you all in Trudy, so we've got a spare home on wheels. So we're going to...
Don't tell them.
Yeah, shh, don't tell them.
I don't think they're on the live chat, so they probably haven't got time to watch it back.
Yeah, we're
a trip to Eswatini. See, Eswatini was amazing. I love those tribal dances.
Keta as well was so lovely. It was just, honestly, I need to go back to Africa. Avni and Sybil welcoming us into Mozambique with Nolene, and it was just, and the family in Bluff, Mark and Andrea. It just, honestly, we had so
Theo's
much fun.
saying, Indie Projects is saying, I can confirm that the tread trips are fun. We did have fun. We traveled in Canada, didn't we?
Yeah.
Lunatics. Big crocodile. There was a seriously big crocodile.
Nothing can be worse than the toe drink.
Will you be going back to Thailand? Yes. I'd like to actually when we were in Malaysia and we went up to Thailand, it was really troublesome getting your foreign vehicle into Thailand. But if we were to buy a car or a motorbike in Thailand, in Malaysia, we could probably explore Borneo in it, and we could probably drive through Thailand, Cambodia, Laos, Vietnam.
Sounds like I need to do my motorbike license.
Yeah, or we buy a car, but I don't think getting a car from mainland Malaysia to Borneo would be a real hassle. So anyway, I don't know. There's options.
So many options, but we're going to finish up with our drive and our convoy. We've got to pick Trudy up. We're taking her to recap. We're picking Trudy up from Southampton. We found a mechanic in Borden in Hampshire that we're going to be going to stay with, and he's going to be doing the work. Then we're going to do the convoy once she's passed her MOT from Borden to Reading, all the way towards Bristol. And then we're going to go up to Telford and Ironbridge along the M54. So that's the first.
I would love, the more of you, the merrier. We've spoken to the council.
Yeah, you don't need to worry about that.
Well, they said how many are there? I have no idea, but they're expecting us. They're aware. So
there are 3 big car parks in Ironbridge, so we'll share the map.
And if you live in Telford or in Shropshire, we're going to be going to the Telford services and then driving to the finish line. Just get there early if you want a good parking spot.
Actually, you've done all the route maps and the
it's all on the website page, with the timings.
With the timings.
I mean, I have no idea what the traffic's going to be like. It could all go out the window, but that's the route plan. And if we get late, we'll just make the stays at the service station shorter or longer to try and keep the schedule.
That's very exciting. I am so excited.
Ronald's phone froze and says, "Are you making the whole of your trip into a documentary?" Yes, we are. It's called Expedition Living with Tread the Globe.
Coming to a screen near you soon.
So hopefully you'll see that you'll hear a lot about that online.
Greetings to you both from Dawson Creek.
Dawson Creek. I met Chris and Marianne in Kuantan, where we stayed in the same hotel. Yes, I remember that.
We love that with the gangster cat.
The gangster cat. That's where I tried to make roti.
Yeah.
Yeah. I loved Kuantan. I'd like to spend more time on the coast of Malaysia there. It was really nice.
Yeah,
because of the monsoons and stuff, we couldn't go up north like we'd like to, but there's so much to see. Greetings from Singapore. I love Singapore too.
Well, you lived there. Chris
3 years I lived in Singapore
and went to college there, so that was quite interesting. It's really interesting. Dave's saying, "Bet it's great to be home. Watched every episode since day one. Well done on your travels. Your feet itching to get back on the road?" ?
Yeah, it's very hard being still.
Very strange.
I have to be honest. I keep losing stuff in the house too.
Yeah.
Because I just want Trudy back where everything's. You've only got 4 cupboards to look for her.
Yes.
The rest of it's like.
Although I'm enjoying the long hot showers and the flushing toilet and a washing machine.
I lie in the bath for an hour a day and it's just heavenly. Absolutely heavenly.
Yeah. So have you got any questions about our future or what you are worried about, or if you're thinking about,
excited about?
Yeah, excited, or suggestions of what we should see when we take Frankie and Alex from Scotland down to the south?
Yeah.
we're not going to be able to see it all, as you know, when we visit countries. And some of the countries that we've seen, we realised that we didn't get to see everything, but we will hopefully go back to see some more in some of the countries, whilst we work out what Trudy 2.0 will be like. But yes, we're thinking, did you mention the trip with Trudy? What we're going to do with Trudy?
Around
next
Europe?
summer. Yeah, next summer, around there. We're hoping to go and see Theo and B and Mr. and Mrs. Adventure, Drew and Brittany, and Brian and Maria in Madrid. So we're really excited to take Trudy on a route south. Plus, there are places that we haven't visited down south, and also we have family in Europe who are itching to feed us and catch up with. So I'm excited to see
Lake District, Yorkshire Dales. Yeah,
we did honeymoon in Lake District. We loved it. We were in Ullswater. That was great. I'm thinking as well. I've read a lot of posts saying that the east coast of England, there's some really beautiful things to see as well. So
Tread the Globe and F&A will be very interesting. We get on well. It'll be funny. We'll have lots of laughs.
Yeah.
It will be. I think it will be a great little series because it's the North American perspective of England, and we'll try and take them to really places with strong accents so they can't understand. That'll be hilarious.
Yeah, thanks, Lisa. We're looking forward to. We want to see more of you too in person.
We're going to see you soon, Lisa.
Are you planning on having more kids?
Me?
That's a question.
Good God, no.
There you go. And you're always welcome. Thanks, Theo and B. Yeah, we're looking forward.
Feed them Yorkshire pudding. Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
You make fantastic content. Thank you very much.
We are known for dog sitting and animal sitting people that we've met. So maybe we could look after the animals for you, and you two could have a mini break.
I'd be taking to Dudley. Oh, yeah, we'll definitely take them. Let's take them to the Black Country. I actually put on my Black Country accent to them on the phone. No, when we were on the phone call to them the other day, I just left a message and I was just like, "Ta-da a bit, Bab," like that. And they just replied back going, "I've got no idea what you just said."
I actually can't see the comment now, but there was somebody that messaged about Hereford cider and some kind of something.
Somerset scrumpy.
Beef something. So if you're still there in the room, that was interesting, but I didn't write it down. I'll have to go through. Yeah, I'll see if I can find that message. Can we see inside Trudy at the event at the end of the month? We feel like we know her so well. So what we're going to do is we are going to put a step up and open the back doors and the side doors so everyone can have a good look in. I don't really want
at the party. At the party. Everybody will be able to stick their heads in the doors. Yeah, you'll be able to have it.
Absolutely. But definitely. And Karen, thank you so much for your message. That was really, really sweet. We had a problem with the automatic replies to say about your invitation has been put through your ticket. So we were very I was worried about that, and she came back with the loveliest message. So thank you for that.
How did we meet? We got blind dated.
We were
by Kidney Kate.
Dated. So if you're coming to the party, in fact, on the 27th, my kidney recipient is coming too.
Kate, she's coming
all the way from London. So you'll be able to meet my kidney, where my kidney
and
went.
Jenny. You've seen Jenny at the wedding. We went.
I'm blessed to have some lovely besties. So yeah, you're going to meet Kate, you're going to meet Jenny, you're going to meet some of our friends from years back. You're going to see in fact, one of my old bosses from the NHS, who is a lovely friend of mine, Claire, she's coming. In fact, she's booked a whole table for 9. So yeah, she's booked a whole table. So there's going to be people that are from our life, people that we've met on the road, people that have just supported us and cheered us on. My dad's coming with his girlfriend. It's going to just be like the best time and like a really fabulous party.
I love it. Theo struggles with the Black Country accent as well.
Really?
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
And Mr. P, I just want to say he's practicing his English. This is just so funny. Mr. P's from Seattle. Look, he's put no poos in the loo. Because you probably wouldn't use those words over there, would you? Hilarious. Oh, I love it.
I love that. I'm also excited. Can we talk about the gin?
Yes.
Have we talked about the gin? So
I mean, we'll have to shoot them if they tell anybody.
Don't
but
tell anyone. You're not allowed to tell anyone.
I did mention it.
Do not go into Google and search Moonshine and Fuggles Ironbridge. Don't do it. Moonshine and Fuggles, Derek and Maria.
Oh, it's a great shop. It looks
very
like
kindly. They've created a Tread the Globe gin.
I haven't even had a sample yet. We're going to get a bottle on the finish line. We're going to get
sampled soon. So they have a fabulous shop that blends and makes whiskies, rums, gins, various spirits. They're like all speciality stuff. They work with breweries. They buy stuff for, like all the good stuff, none of the rubbish, all the good stuff. So they've made a Tread the Globe gin blend. We spoke with them. We met up with them. We discussed all the botanics from the different countries that we've been to, and Derek and Maria have very kindly blended a gin. And what they're going to do is every batch that is sold, they will give £300. Once like a big batch is sold, they'll give £300 to the Turtle Project. And if you're coming to the party, they're giving us a gift bag with a mini gin and a mini tonic to give away. And also at the welcome home crossing the finish line, Derek's going to present us with the said gin. So we are incredibly grateful to Derek and Maria for coming up with the concept, the idea.
Have you got the label?
Doing it. Let me see if I can find it.
Well, Marianne looks for the label. I just see a few comments coming in. Lisa asked how Saher's visa. Saher has applied. Saher is the turtle lady. We've got her a passport. We've supported her visa application, but I don't know whether she's going to get the visa. We'll just have to keep our fingers crossed. Time is ticking. We've got a room booked at the hotel, so I'm hoping that she makes it. We've just got to get her flights if she gets the visa, and then fingers crossed she'll be there. Some things are out of your control, right? You got the label, flavors from the world. Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, whoopsie.
And they drew all of these little. They got a company to draw all of these little images. They're all hand drawn little images.
How amazing is that?
So I think they're going to be selling it because there's shops next to the finish line.
And they've given us a ribbon as well, which my dad will be cutting when we cross the line.
So they're going to put that up for us at the finish line.
How amazing is that?
Tread the Globe gin.
Tread the Globe gin.
I'm not sure how that even happened, but it's a great thing.
I feel very, very lucky that Derek and Maria have jumped in and joined us. That's just so amazing.
Chris, can you still use your unused footage to create more videos? I'm going to. Yeah, I mean, I've taken, if you think I've been filming nearly every day for 4.5 years, all the footage is filed carefully by day, but it's still going to be a huge undertaking for anyone that's edited videos to try and find the clips to be able to tell the story for the Expedition Living series. So yeah, but that is the plan. And there are some things that we didn't put in the videos, and
I think that's why we're going to do that series, aren't we? We need, it was impossible to include everything in all of the videos, so there is some uncut footage that we didn't use. There are some situations that we weren't necessarily able to share
talk about
at exactly that time because we were still in the country, or things that happened. So yeah, we're going to go through that and make this series and share some more. It's not just going to be a repeat of everything the same. And also, if you're new here, rather than having to go back and watch the 600 odd videos, these condensed episodes will be really fun for you to watch the around the world trip. But Central America will not be included, so you can watch that playlist whilst we're not online doing
all of Ireland. There's loads.
Ireland, I have to say, and it will still.
There may not be the best made videos in the world because we just started.
We literally just started, but Ireland. When we, met Kevin and Barbara in Donegal, that literally sealed the deal for me. That there is, see, I'm covered in freckles. So and my birth mum died when I was very young. So I haven't done one of these swabs DNA things, but I believe there's Scottish and Irish in me. And I say the freckles tell me that I'm definitely got Irish in me. And when we got there and we had Kevin and Barb just like envelop us with like love and the friendliness and the warmth that we received when we were in Ireland, I was like, I've definitely got Irish in me. So yeah, absolutely love Ireland. I would recommend that as a road trip.
We got somebody from Shemainus. Hi, Leslie.
Have we?
Say hi to Auntie Julia for us.
Oh, please do.
I love the music in your videos. Thank you very much. We spend a long time looking for the music to get the right emotion. Any bloopers? Actually, we used to put bloopers at
and Aaron said, "Are you still here, Supercut?" Maybe bloopers and "Are you still here?"
Bloopers. See, we used to put bloopers at the end of the videos, and some people love them, but most people didn't. But they are funny. But yeah, the series will be like a proper series, and we'll see what we can find. Outtakes. Yeah, see, outtakes.
Yeah. Thanks, Cotley Kevin.
We didn't really, but that'd be really hard to find because I never filed all the outtakes. So I don't know how. If I find any while I'm editing, I could put them, I could copy them into a folder and see what we come up with at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Greetings from Singapore, Arjan. Hope you enjoyed the wine. Yes, we did. Do you remember? No, it's the guy that gave us the wine down in Marina Bay.
Marina Bay.
Yeah.
Oh, thank you.
It was a lovely,
thank you.
It was a lovely bottle of wine. Yeah. Thank you very much.
And we'll be back soon because obviously we've got family in Singapore.
You stopped doing, oh, you're still here. So if any of you have seen Ferris Bueller's Day Off, it's one of my favorite movies. You'll know there's a quote on the website, but at the end of it, Ferris Bueller kind of comes back up to the camera and does, "You're still here, go away, it's the end of the show." So I used to do that at the end of the videos. It probably got really tedious for people, but I had a lot of fun, opening the toilets and sort of going, "Oh, you're still, what are you doing in there?" But yeah, I had a lot of fun. So maybe for old time's sake, I'll, you see, look, there, everyone's laughing. You've been with us a while. If you remember oh, you're still there. If you haven't, go back to some of the earlier Turkish videos and you'll see. I was obviously far too bored in lockdown.
We were actually chuckling because Chris managed to produce 2 videos a week that were about 20 minutes long throughout the lockdown whilst we were living in a car park for 95 days. And we both still think back and think we need to watch it just to know what we were doing.
I've actually found some clips for the media and I look back and I think, I can't believe it was just a mad experience.
Yeah. It was an amazing.
I saw somebody ask where will we find, Ted's asked from New York, where are we going to find the series? The series I haven't made yet, but it will be on YouTube.
Cheers.
I decided to put it on YouTube because you guys have all supported us for the whole trip. So I didn't want you to have to go to a streaming platform just to watch it. So it's definitely going to go on YouTube first. And if a streaming platform picks it up, then that's another story for a future date. But yes, it will be on YouTube. It's going to be called Expedition Living. It will be on our channel. Probably the trailer will be released at the party, and then hopefully October onwards, there'll be 1 episode a week of the series until the end of the year. They'll probably, I don't know how many episodes. I started planning the episodes, but I think it will probably be 14 or 16 episodes, hour-long episodes, and we'll do like one for each continent, really, and just or each country, or group countries together, and just tell the really special parts or the message. You get a really good. I think it would be good.
Yeah.
Where do I find my quotes? Birdies ask. I go online and Google travel quotes and quotes about this and quotes about that. I was actually thinking of making a calendar as well for Christmas. A Christmas calendar of Tread the Globe pictures with one of our quotes on it. And I
we were
thought
going
that
to
might
do
be
it
quite
for family,
nice.
but we've had a few people say to us, if you do them, can I have one? So that's just something we're playing with, really. That wasn't something we thought of.
People are saying, so Lisa's excited about the series. Just a girl you used to know likes the long videos. The long videos seem to be, so I never used to try and make, I don't try and make an episode a certain length. It's like the footage and the story determines the length of the video. I mean, okay, you can say, where do I start and stop the video? But they've just all been like an hour recently. But people seem to be really liking the long ones rather than the 20-minute videos.
Julie BBB has put, my favourite clip is the neighbour in the apartment yelling down to see if you're okay in the car park. Ali, Ali is
and we gave him one of our van life t-shirts, and they're all like, "You okay, lady?"
Yeah. Oh, it's so lovely.
I'll buy a calendar of pictures of your travels. Calendar would be great.
Yeah.
I think it would be nice, and if we pick the really good like travel quotes and put one on each month, I think it might be quite nice. What was your favorite animal in Africa? Warthogs.
Warthogs.
They're so cute.
So funny.
I was in the shower in Botswana. There's outside like the showers in the hut, so I was looking out the window. This warthog walked past, but they're just really they're with their little tusks. They're just really comical. They look funny. They make me smile.
Conan's saying that he's going to Turkey on the 3rd till the 24th of December. We plan to visit Dekafok, and where can we buy the t-shirt? Will Seher be there? So the t-shirt that we've made is on our website. I don't think there is a Dekafok one yet. We've been trying to get permission to sell t-shirts on the beach, but it's the company that we use. They designed the logo, so they can only be bought from our website, but all profits will go to Seher and the project. So yeah, you'll have to order them on our website before you go.
The best and worst place to drive. Well, India was definitely a challenge.
Do you know, it's really interesting because...
But the easiest, where was it? Japan.
Japan.
Although some of the roads were quite narrow.
No,
but as far as like politeness and control and everything, Japan was the most organised.
Narrow's never the problem, really. It's like when we were driving through Istanbul, when we literally arrived on day 3 in Turkey, and we're driving through Istanbul. The narrow bits were never the problem. For me, it's the no understanding any kind of rules or regulations, and everybody's coming. So I would definitely say that India was the most challenging in that way, but there was no aggression.
No, there was no aggression.
No,
we didn't really see any accidents either. It kind of worked.
People laughing as everyone was cutting everyone up, so it was actually not hard. I would say
it was no good for my blood pressure though.
Your blood pressure was through the roof.
I was like, oh my god. Marianne's like,
yeah. I would say the hardest driving was the mountain road in Georgia. Because
yes, it was
the technical driving.
It was mud.
My brain, it's like everyone was like, you were so calm, and it was like, well, because I had to think really hard, because we ended up going, if you haven't seen it, we went through a pool that probably went up to sort of like my hip, and then there was a waterfall coming down, and then there was a sheer drop that washed the road away on that side. So
there's 2 videos in Georgia you should watch. You should watch the video. The thumbnail has got like a yellow triangle on the Georgia playlist.
That's the road.
That's the drive to Ush Goody, which was challenging. And then there's another video I made where the thumbnail in Georgia split in half, and it says Google says 5.5 hours.
Yeah,
and reality
the road
was
to Batumi. That's what Karen's saying.
Yeah,
and Kathy's saying as well. In Istanbul, I was following a white Audi who I thought was Ursula, and I followed the wrong car.
Yeah.
We were like driving around.
So you forget that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the thumbnail is half of it says. Google says 5.5 hours, and the other half says reality 1.5 days. And that video was the drive to Batumi across Georgia. Was crazy.
Yeah.
The horn breaking.
Saying about you're lucky you didn't drive in Vietnam. It's not lucky. I wanted to drive in Vietnam.
I don't see. Everybody thinks the next country's worse.
Yeah, but it's really not. It's just a special way of them driving. You know, everybody says if you can drive in India, you can drive anywhere. But I think as long as
the Georgia video had me hiding behind the sofa.
Did
me too. You want to try being in the van? I was convinced we were going to get stuck on that road.
Yeah, when the horn stopped working.
Yeah, that was in India. If there's no horn, you're in trouble.
Yeah, that was funny. Yeah, Georgia for me, I think, because it was the roads that was such a big problem.
Karen in Scotland, if she sees potholes, she calls them the road to Batumi.
Oh, do you? That's hilarious.
That's funny.
That is hilarious. Yeah, Georgia, the country. I would love to go back to Turkey and Georgia and almost redo that trip with what we understand and what we've learned and who we've become. It's definitely... It was wild. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I love driving.
It's your birthday. Go shorty. It's your birthday.
Yeah, I'm really grateful, and thank you for coming to share it with us. You know, that's lovely. We need a horning sticker.
We need a I drove around the world and survived t-shirt, I think.
Yes. Well, we've got that one that says I drove the Dempster Highway and survived with Sam and Andy. They've got that sticker too.
Oh yeah,
I
we've
do
got that.
hope you're able to come and meet us on some of the meetups in the UK. And I feel that it's going to be good to do a lap of honour in Trudy. Chris is actually going to be riding and driving Trudy in the UK.
So don't be shocked if you see me on the motorway or one of the roads and you look to spec Marianne, you'll be like, who's that? Oh, it's Chris.
I'll be driving Ronnie, who is the Sprinter van from Quirky Campers that they've lent us to show Frankie and Alex around. So we're going to have a girl van and a boy van.
Actually, we bought walkie-talkies again so we can talk.
Yeah.
It should be quite fun. If you saw the Dempster Highway, we all had walkie-talkies.
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll be doing that.
But for meetups as well, if you haven't subscribed to our weekly newsletter, obviously we're not traveling, but we're still giving updates and releasing information and sharing news real time. So some of you say, "Oh, but you're still in Durban." No, the newsletter is the real time. The only place
Facebook videos are like little clips of the long form videos, so they're behind the times. They're still like, you know, in the middle of our African adventures. YouTube is almost up to date now. We traveled Africa so far, so they got a bit behind, but that enabled us to still put videos out while Trudy was on the ship. But it's back to real time now, so we can't put the next episode out because we haven't filmed it yet.
I love that. Marianne, you proved time and time again you are not a screwdriver.
You are definitely not a screwdriver.
Thanbut my Expedition Living shirt and sea turtle tote bag. Thanks, Karen. That's really,
Thank you
sweet.
very much.
Thank you.
But I'd love to see a couple of these at some of the meetups. That would be great.
Oh yeah, that would be good. In fact, I've got my.
We can all have a selfie.
I've got my Expedition Living one, but they do a woman's one with like more of a scoop neck. Because I don't like the t-shirts that are up here, so I've organised a scoop neck one. So that's really nice.
Trudy's travel quotes would be good to have. Yeah, we'll do them. We'll put them in the calendar. I think we could do one of those each year. It might be quite nice.
Oh, that's really funny. Did Chris get a telling off behind the scenes after you drove away from the policeman and came back to get you? Yes. It went something like this.
I'm never listening to you again.
That was my telling off.
I was like, love, you know, you're driving. If I tell you to go, don't listen to me.
And I'm like, don't worry, I am never listening.
No, what happened was that basically we saw there was a guy really animated on the road telling us to waving and telling us to slow down. So we expected the police car.
That was flashing?
Yeah, the one before. Like we expected the police car to be on the road. Or an animal.
I thought there might be a dead elephant or something.
So we were in an 80 kilometer zone, and Marianne was going 74. I remember looking at the speed to make sure we weren't speeding. And then we must have entered a 60 but we didn't see a sign to 60. And this policeman, there was one hiding in the bush, and he literally stood up with his speed camera, and he went like this.
Bye, Linda and Clinton.
He literally just went like this. So we pulled over and we looked in the mirror. Now, obviously, if you go like this, we were like, does he want us to slow down? Because like stop for me would be like stop, you know. So it kind of went like that. So we pulled over. I mean, the language is different in each country. We pulled over.
It's as much our fault as it was.
Yeah. We pulled over, and I looked in the mirror, and I could see there was a police car and there was the guy with the camera. I could see them. Nobody was walking over to us, and nobody was indicating or looking at us to go back. And we were there. We parked up for about 30 seconds, didn't we? And then I said, I think it's all right. They're not waving or anything. They're not coming over. So just go.
Yeah.
So we started driving off, and then the blue lights chased us down. And I was so convinced that we weren't speeding, and especially after some of our previous experiences.
Yeah.
He came round, and he said, U-turn, come back. And I said, come back I said, why? Like he said, you were speeding. I go, no, we weren't speeding. Then he obviously, don't argue with the police officer. But anyway, when we turned around and went back, we passed through a 60 kilometer sign, and I was like, oh sugar, maybe we were speeding.
I don't know.
I'm still convinced that there wasn't a 60 kilometer sign coming the other way. So, or it was behind a bush or something, because I was looking out for all the speeds because the guy had flashed us.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
Biddy's actually put that's the first police expecting the driver to get out and go to them, because that's something.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because in the US when we were there, we jumped out and they were like, no, you have to stay in your vehicle. So we.
I actually said to you, don't go, don't get out.
Yeah.
Wait for them to come to you.
Yeah, I'd just like to say thank you, Nick. Nick from Florida. Yes, your family are fabulous. And thank you so much for coming to meet Trudy and always commenting and always saying such lovely things.
And Nick is the rock guy.
We absolutely love that. So every time we have some kind of like rock issue, we always say, Nick, let us know what that is. Ingrid as well. Love it when you called a peacock a disco chicken. It's the first time I heard someone call it that. That was my sister, actually. She gave me that one.
Lawbreakers. You are. You drove up. You got fined. She got fined for leaving the scene of a crime.
I'm a lawbreaker.
I was in hysterics, but she didn't find it funny.
No, it was not that funny at all. I'm Jeff in Durban. Absolutely love your videos. Thank you so much for all the effort. I'm in the TV production, so I know the amount of work. Thanks, Jeff.
Have a bunny chow for us, Jeff.
Yeah, have a bunny chow.
I really like that.
Go to Bluff
because
we're from Bluff and we're rough and we're tough and we love it. We absolutely loved it. Yes, so the Korean temple definitely made a special impact on me, didn't it?
Which one?
The one where I got these
where we got the bracelets. Yeah, really the one up in the mountains. That was really it was really emotional there. And also I loved the one by the sea.
Oh yeah.
It looked really, really
I would
beautiful.
Definitely go back.
I loved Korea. Korea was great.
And Anna was just amazing. Even the lady in the service station.
I love you.
She was just honestly everyone.
And I didn't put all of that in the video, but she gave us so much stuff. She brought her lunch out for us and everything. She just kept bringing us stuff. We were like, stop it, stop giving us stuff. But we did have about a half-hour chat with her in the end.
Yeah. Tracy Cray, sorry to miss you all. We were driving to Southampton.
Oh, can you pick Trudy up for us?
When you're down there, because she's on our tracker. They've offloaded her and she's actually on the key now. So what's the plan for Trudy after you get back to the UK? So we need to get her MOT'd. Then we're going to do a convoy up to Ironbridge. And then we're not really sure. What?
After that, with Trudy? Yeah, we're not sure. Around the UK, you'll see Trudy driving around the UK.
Yeah.
Uploading the video must have been hard at times. It was very hard in Africa.
It was tricky.
I mean, most of the time we're given a free Connect Plus box. If you remember, they rescued us in the lockdown in Turkey with a free internet, and they've supported us ever since with that. The amazing guys.
Yeah. I think that's definitely one thing we should share in the car park where we ended up. Not really knowing what's happening. The SIM cards had run out. We did a post, or you did a post saying, that's it, we have to stop sharing and posting videos because we're running out of data and we can't go out of the car park. And then you got an email saying, hi, we're a hotspot Wi-Fi company. Do you want one? And they came to our rescue. So we are excited to share information about, I think in the book as well, and the series, people behind the scenes that have helped us.
Yeah.
Because this kind of trip cannot be done if we haven't got a support network. And obviously we've got our friends and family back home, but on the road, Ursula, Ricardo, Sean, to mention a few, Avni.
There's so many.
Levent, I'm going to miss somebody. Tolga, I'm going to miss somebody.
Hundreds of
because
people.
There's hundreds of people. It's like being in a garage. Ricardo, I spoke to Ricardo. We're talking about the next vehicle. Ricardo's like, we'll just open a bottle of wine. Let's just have a video meeting. Let's just talk.
I'm talking about a bottle of wine.
And
let's give you a little bit more of your champers. Birthday, end of the world.
Thank you.
End of the world drive celebration.
So having these people behind us, like cheering us on. There are spare parts for Trudy in a garage in Tijuana that are on a shelf. And if I need them, Ricardo will take them to a post office, a DHL, and send them. Ursula is literally at the end of the phone. He says to me, I'm as far away as the phone. and I'm there, 2 hours. It will take me 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I'm there for you, and it will take me 2 hours to go to the post office. So we are very, very, very lucky. So thank you to everybody who's part of our Tread family, Tread team, supporting us. Like
you're all supporting
your
us.
Sunday with us on my birthday,
hanging out
with my flowers.
Happy birthday!
Yeah. So thank you so much. We are blessed. We are really, really blessed.
Yeah, we've been on here for nearly 2 hours, guys.
Have
nearly 2 hours.
That's because we have Prosecco.
We can talk.
Yes, you can.
We'll dip in, and then so if you've got any more last questions, then let's get them. Let's get them answered.
Benoit, travel for years together without arguing? ? Happy birthday.
We don't argue 99.9%. We just can't. Like, we have stress days. Like, I can be stressed, or Marianne can be stressed, and the other one knows that the other one's stressed, and you just back down. But there's been some times where it's been stressful, like leaving the US with the shipping and the door breaking, but we didn't argue. We just got on with it.
I think that the key for us is at every point in our life, we want to be happy, and we both want that, and we want to achieve the next goal or do something.
And we're on the same team.
We're on the same team. So I think I never attack Chris. Chris never attacks me. When we're feeling stressed, we don't say, "What are you being stressed about?" We don't attack each other at our most stressed out point. We either just make a coffee for each other or give each other space, and we just we don't argue. It's not edited out or anything like that. I can be very hormonal. Chris can be really stressed about something, but we just shut up and walk away.
The Phuket Explorers going, would you consider China? We tried to go to China, and yes, we will drive across China one day.
Yeah, China's very much on our radar at some point, as is, as many countries as we can.
I love that. Look, Jessa in the Philippines is hiding from the rain watching our YouTube live.
That's lovely.
See, I'm so pleased, Jessa, you haven't got an umbrella.
How was Paddy Dorr in Thailand?
Paddy's epic. Lovely.
He is exactly what you see on his video. Is exactly who he is. And in fact, we often get messages saying you should meet up, or you should do this, or you should. The people we have met and the people that we share time with, shout out, the people who are moderating our channel, the people that we hang out with or we share, they are our friends.
They're our YouTube family.
They are our YouTube family. And that's because who they are on their videos is exactly who they are in real life. And we laugh like, that expression of like dancing in the rain like nobody's watching. All of the people, including Paddy, he is one of those people that is exactly who you see on the video. And we were really lucky to be in the same place at the same time and meet up with him, because he's a rock star.
He is.
Yeah.
We love Paddy.
And Miss P's lovely as well. We're very lucky. So yes, Trudy's current mileage, Kathy's saying. So I think she was on 137. So when I get her back, I'll tell you whether they did her a couple of runs around the port.
I felt you weren't happy when the police stopped you. No,
I don't think you're ever happy when the police stop you. But
it was my fault. It was probably my. If I'm being honest, it was probably my fault, because maybe I should have got out and gone to the police. But you don't normally do that. So I think it was just one of those situations where we wouldn't have purposefully driven away from a policeman. So it was just one of those things. And Marianne got a good bollocking as a result of it, and it is what it is.
Yeah.
And he told me I was told to stay in the car, so I didn't go out.
Yeah. And I think as well is that you, with a foreign number plate in foreign lands, you automatically stand out to people. Like in Japan, we got stopped a couple of times because the number plate just doesn't fit in. It screams different. So they have to make sure and do their job and just check that you've got the right paperwork, the right permissions. Korea for me was the best system for
navigating.
No, for being in the foreign country with a foreign vehicle, because when you arrive, they actually give you a massive yellow circle. It's about this big. I photographed it, and I'm going to have a disc made and copied. And what they do is they stick it in the front windscreen. If you see any of the videos of us driving in Korea, you'll see that big yellow circle, and that is to tell any officialdom that the paperwork's been done. And then it's got like a tax disc in the UK. It's got to this date, to this date. So for me, that was the system that worked the best, because we didn't get stopped by the police because they could see the disc. So, but I have said to Chris, if there's anybody that comes to the UK with a foreign vehicle, I would be really interested to know
how you
what
get insurance
paperwork
and
or insurance or things like that. So
has anybody done that?
If any of you have bought like a foreign vehicle outside like the EU to the UK, not imported it, that's not what I'm asking. Like, if you
Eamon and Beck brought their van, didn't they?
Did they?
Yeah, when they went to Morocco.
Oh, okay.
Because they hung out with Theo and B. And
okay. So maybe
England.
we'll have a chat about that later. But I would be very interested to see how you do that, what the regulations are and rules are for bringing a vehicle into the UK, because that's quite interesting, isn't it? I've said to Chris, I'd like to do like a little mini e-guide. So if you plan going to a different country, what you have to expect, your international driving
guide to
permits and
shipping,
things like guide to shipping, how you do it, plan it. Or maybe even do like half-day conferences on it or something. I don't know. We'll have to see.
Chris, are you going to grow your beard out? Maybe I should grow it. I could be like Santa Claus at Christmas. I normally like leave it in the van. I leave it until it gets itchy and I shave it, because I used to shave every day for work, and it's just quite nice not really worrying about it.
And a goatee. Then you went to a goatee, and then now you're full bearding it. Full bearding.
Oh, Theo's saying they did, but they can't remember what they had to do.
Oh, okay. No worries. Cape Town. Yeah. We are definitely coming to Cape Town at some point.
And we are
Michelle,
at home.
Thank you for my birthday wish.
We are at home. We're in the UK. Trudy
Yeah.
is here. She's in Southampton.
In Southampton. Yeah.
Super excited. Super.
Deb and Terry.
It's going to be a crazy.
It was Chris's fault.
Yeah. I'll take the blame. I don't.
Just tested for COVID today. How did you manage that? I'm not sure what that means, but I hope you get better soon and you're not too poorly.
We've had many COVID tests on the route. It was a challenge. It was a challenge and quite unique driving around the world with COVID, and the world situation has definitely made it a lot harder than it used to be. Yeah,
it was Papa Smurf. Yeah, it was interesting.
Papa Smurf. That's going back a few years. Do you remember we used to? When was that? In Spain, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
Papa Smurf.
But the carnet, coming to the carnet, Tina's saying it seemed complicated. I think it's like anything. Once you know it, you get used to it. But it was such a learning curve. And we've got so much information in our heads. In fact, we were emptying the folder yesterday with all the international driving permits, the vaccination cards, all the different stamps from the different border countries, and how you cross one, you have to leave the country before you can enter into the next one and then start again.
Yeah, and our passport's nearly full.
Yeah, our passport is nearly full, so we do need to get another. We should probably do that sooner rather than later. We should have two passports.
We should try and get two passports, because when we handed it in Bangkok for the Chinese visa, we couldn't travel anywhere because you needed your passport to check into hotels.
Yeah, that was horrid.
So it became a real thing.
Not having your passport and handing it over and not having one yourself that's probably quite stressful. I found that.
Did you need to get visas?
Some of the countries.
Zimbabwe.
We needed to get a visa.
But we did that you could do it on the border. China was the hardest one to get. We didn't get it. The US, we had a B2 visa, which we had to go to the British Embassy in London for.
Yeah.
A lot of them were just online, like e-visas. You just log it online. So there weren't too many actual visas. We got a visa for Thailand when you fainted, just to make it easier. So we know we had the right time and stuff. But apparently Thailand's very easy to extend your visas for a certain period.
Yeah. Amir Sai is saying, do you feel the passport privilege as UK citizens driving through developing countries? It's not easy for us to drive around the world without visas. By the way, Namibia has stopped non-reciprocal visas. We definitely do feel that we have a great passport. It's not always
not perfect, but it's better than so many.
It's not always worked like that, but yes, definitely we do. We see lots of our European counterparts being able to drive through Iran and places and Pakistan and some of the countries that we can't. But at the same time, I think we would only travel to countries where we felt safe as our nationality. But but yeah, we definitely do feel that privilege. We definitely feel that we are blessed having the job that we have. I don't know if everybody knows, there is a video on our channel, but you know, Chris and I started as just a couple whose kids grew up and left home, and we worked for 30 years, paid our mortgage off, and we were like, what are we going to do? And we don't really want to keep working for the next however many years till we're 67.
And this channel you're watching was all learnt from watching YouTube videos.
Yeah, in fact,
I never picked up a camera before we started.
It was our eldest son who, when we decided to rent out our house because the kids had left home and we decided to go traveling, we were thinking, you know, we've worked for this house, now let's let this house work for us. So that's why it's been rented out for over 6 years now. It's
funny because a lot of people say, oh, you know, to drive around the world, you must have so much money in your bank account. But just to put it into perspective, I've calculated how much it is to go around the world.
Yeah.
And we had a quarter of the amount in the bank.
We're going to share all that in the series.
But we had a quarter of the amount required if you took the total. And that was just a guess with fuel prices. And this is before COVID, when all the prices have gone mad since then. So it's probably a lot more. And with the shipping that we've had to do, we've spent a fortune on shipping. But the house rental, I actually had to plan the speed of the travel couldn't go faster than the money coming in.
Yeah.
So you couldn't just do it because you didn't have the money. You had to get the money to do the next bit. And then as YouTube's grown, we've earned money from YouTube and things like that, which
we've been able to spend that on the shipping.
It's all been spent on the travels.
Yeah, it was really interesting because had we got the visa and crossed the route that we wanted overland, people say you're not doing it because you're not going overland. We want to do overland because shipping is the worst expense for us.
Shipping's horrible.
We hate it. We're spending £10,000 ish
by not getting the visa to China. I think it cost us probably at least £20,000 more in shipping costs.
All our savings went on the carnet de passage and the shipping, and the money we earned went on the shipping. And we just thought, but we have to do this.
We can't give up.
We can't give up. And if one of us finds a lump next week, we can both say we've done something extraordinary.
The shipping experience in Korea was the worst.
But only that part when they messed around with a forklift truck.
It was the worst.
Korea, but
Korea was amazing.
Yeah, I was going to say
the shipping experience, trying to pick up a Fiat Takata with a forklift is just no logic.
And that's probably the closest we came to an argument between us, because Chris was like, "What are they doing? They can't do that." And I was like, "Look, they're professionals. They do this all the time. Let them do their thing." And he was
I'm like,
really
"It's going to go wrong. It's going to go wrong."
I was like, "Just bear with me." So when they did it, that's why I was like, and he was like, I knew it. I told you, I knew it. But I genuinely believe that they knew what they were doing. So I was like, stop interfering. They know.
And the thing is, each country manages to make it work in a different way. Like in Malaysia, we drove off the rack on pallets, which were going, but it worked. And it was no damage, and it was all fine, and it worked. And the guys were going, "Yeah, trust us, we do this all the time." You know. And
you have to have a little bit of faith. In fact, we had a whole lot of faith going through most of the trips.
Sometimes we had too much faith.
And at that instance, we had a little bit too much faith.
Yeah, but it's a chapter of the book, and when I get it, I still haven't repaired the damage. I'll send Mr. Yun the bill.
Yes.
And see what happens. But he'll probably.
But it's fine. It's fine. We've done it, and we're home safe and sound. Really, I do feel really lucky and excited, and it's my birthday.
Theo should make an ad showing Trudy as a 4-wheel drive in the sand.
Yeah, I don't know about the 4-wheel drive, adding it to Trudy, but that's definitely an option. That's definitely an option.
Great British blue passport. Yeah, we've still got the red ones.
We've still got the red ones. Yeah.
Well, I think we should probably wrap up the live chat, guys, because it's been 2 hours. It's been absolutely lovely hanging out with you.
Thank you to our moderators. I'm really sorry.
I know you've been on this so long. I'm sorry, guys.
So thank you so much.
But yeah, finish line. We want to see you at the party. Get your tickets before they run out.
Yeah.
Treadtheglobe.com on the events page. It's all on there. Or we'll see you at one of the shows, or we'll see you at one of the meetups around the country. Or if you see Trudy, give us a wave. And It's been amazing. And we
Yeah.
this week's going to be like a whirlwind. We're going to be driving to Southampton, coming back, driving back, and we're going to be all over the place. But
we
yeah,
are doing the Overland Show and the NEC. So if we haven't answered any of your questions, please do bring them up at the shows or come to one of the meetups. On our events page, we'll be posting updated meetups as we travel around the UK.
We'll try and schedule some with Frankie and Alex as we're driving around, even if it's just motorway service stations for a couple of hours here and there.
And maybe in a month or so's time, we can do another live. Maybe, sorry, we haven't discussed this. We could do another live and maybe give you an update when.
Let's after maybe we'll do a live with Frankie and Alex when they're here or something. That could be fun. We could have a bit of a banter about England.
Yeah. That would be great.
But yeah, thanks for joining us on your Sunday. Thanks for all Marianne's birthday wishes.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for all your support. Thanks for buying the t-shirts and everything. You guys are just amazing.
Yeah.
And we will see you somewhere in the UK very soon.
Yes, stay tuned and try and come and find us at one of those meetups.
Cheers, guys.
Bye. Thank you. Bye, everybody.